So here we are, we've got the crank back in the shop. We took it down to Frederick's fabrication shop, and he has a very good welder in there, and he TIG welded it up, as you can see pictures of it before with the hole in it, and now you can see a picture of it welded up. It looks a little bit crappy, but we didn't want to get an undercut of weld, if you see what I mean. Like when you're welding things, you don't want it to have a dish. It's very difficult to explain. Anyway, welded it up, ran across the road with, well, not ran across the road, not with a bloody great crankshaft. Went across the road to JP's shop, and he slung it into his grinder. He took a setting off the bearings here, you know, so we knew it was square, and ground it. Now, when he ground it, as you can see in the little video we're going to put in now, that it was just looking a little bit off, so we took another 1/1000 of an inch off, and we tried the seal on it, and the seal was perfect, so we've got nothing to worry about for that. So now we can get on building this engine. Right, before we start, the thing we always test every time now is the gasket set. Now this is kind of unusual. This isn't the Victor Reinz set. This is came from LR Centre, but originally it came from Britpart. But it's not a Chinese one, because the Chinese ones used to have a blue background, cardboard. And so the first thing we do, whenever we get a gasket set with the copper washers in, we check them. And they are copper washers. Isn't that good? Now, the only thing I'm hoping is if it's got the washers in for the jets that go underneath it, like the cooling jets. I have no idea. But that's a good thing, you know, because I haven't got any other copper washers. I've used them all. So, what I'm going to do now, I've got the block here. I'm going to give it a dusting off because it's been in my shop and the fires, you know, the boiler's on, there's soot and dust and all sorts. Give it a clean out. And then there's a couple of core plugs that I was missing out the back, so I've got those. I'm going to pop those in, spin it upside down, and let's get this crank in. So we've done this a few times before. I've got the crank in, got the thrust washers in. This is the last cap to go on, it's all nice and clean. But we're going to use RTV sealer, the right stuff this time. And we're going to fill that T-gap up. Like that. Oops, I'm watching you and I should be watching myself really. Like that, look. All the way along. And then you won't need the T-seals. Throw them away, because there's more leaks being caused by the T-seals breaking as you put them in. This is a far better idea for putting the end cap on. Bit of a nasty one to get off because it seals really good, but worth it. Let's put this in and start to bolt it down. Right, once you've got your crank in and it's all bolted down, and it's all turning nice, and you've got your end float nice, what you can do now is, with that T-seal, this is what I do it, while it's still soft, force it into the hole with your finger. What you're going to do is try and hydraulic that to come out with the T. It's a bit messy. You've got to look at the other side to see if when it starts to come out the other side. When it does, because it has got it, you know what I mean? You're coming out, yeah? I think it's starting to go now. Might have to put a little bit more in. But it's guaranteed not to leak. Forever and ever. It'll be the only place on the Land Rover that won't leak. Yeah, you see now it's coming out of here, look. See it's coming out of there? Let's have a look at this side. Might be able to see it better here. Yeah. Try not to force it down into that bolt hole. Like I say, it's a bit messy. It's been like being a kid at school again. Yeah, see, you can see it's starting to come out now. There, you see? It's like a worm, it's like Play-Doh. And just check it at the other side. And if it isn't coming out there, put your finger up there, keep forcing it down. And it's coming out of there. I'm just going to do the same over here. There we go. Done. Now, another thing I do, well, it's like that. I fill up the holes. Occasionally I do it, I don't know. But see, we've got nearly the end of the tube of this. I fill the holes up for the bolts with RTV, like that. See if we can squeeze the last bit off this tube. Like that. And when it's dry, I cut it off with a razor blade. So we'll leave that to dry, and then we'll just trim it off. And then when you put your ladder seal on, when you put your ladder on the top, it's got more surface area because it's only a little weak piece here that's available. So that's it. So the next thing, do I put pistons in or do I wait till that to dry? I tell you what, I'll put the camshaft in, that would be nice, won't it? Now, one thing I wanted to say, just be careful when you put the oil jets in, the jets in for the oil cooling things. They've got to go in first, but be careful because those copper washers I got, they didn't fit the top of the bolt. They only fitted the bottom, so I had to sort of run around and have a look for washers that were going to fit the top because they're a different diameter. There's like a step on the top bolt. Yeah, that's that then. I'm pleased about that. Turns lovely. Turns really, really nice. So that's good. Yeah, let's do the camshaft.